Okay, so today is August 30th of 2024, and this will be the last stream before September. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and go over daily, the daily outlook as well as actually previous days range, previous days price action as well as today's outlook. Let's see here. I had no idea I had already started streaming, so I'm just trying to delete that because, well, I don't need it. So let me just delete that. All right, just went ahead and deleted that. Okay, so for today, uh, well, actually, previous day's price action. So yesterday I said that we gapped down, and I had expected price to displace higher during Asia and London, and that's exactly what it did. Um, and we did have 0830, and I think we had 0830, and let's take a look once again because I'm drawing a blank right now for some reason. Yeah, 0830 news, and we did this place higher. Now the only thing that I didn't see an entry. um right, okay, so again, displace let's start over. Okay, so we displaced higher, closing above all of these bearish PD arrays, and I had expected for price to keep on closing above these bearish PD arrays as well. And so because of that, um, what I did expect during the morning session was I wanted seek and destroy, meaning that price was gonna trade in a broad pattern, zigzags, each high and low sweeping the next one. Um, and I was partly correct because this was the seek and destroy. So it played within the first hours of the New York Open, but then the rest of the New York morning session it drew higher. So I'll have to keep that in mind for future purposes. But so yeah, that was the seek and destroy, and I did catch a short via paper. Where was it? Which was right here off of this inverse here, got short here and covered into these areas here. Wanted to re-add here to catch it again because I honestly thought that we would sweep these lows. Now, the only thing I didn't notice was that there was first stage SMT on the higher time frame, which was the hourly, which was once price swept this low, swept this hourly low right here. That's SMT again. Once price here did not sweep this low, so that's an SMT to the bullish SMT. So I didn't notice that, but again, I wasn't really looking for that. I was looking for a seek and destroy, so that's why I was looking into this area. Now, I did take an actual trade right here. Um, was it right here? No, it was right here. Yeah, I did take an actual trade right here after price swept this low, and actually wanted to cover into these areas here, but I immediately got stopped out. Small loss on micros, so I'm okay with that. And we did have this unicorn set up right here, and price, as you can see, respected constant encroachment of this order block here, and then price drew higher. In hindsight, this was really great entry as well because this in itself is also SMT. So first stage is first stage SMT on the 1 hour, second stage SMT, actually second stage SMT on the 15 minute. First stage SMT on the 1 hour, second stage second stage SMT on the 15 minute, and then the entry was here. I didn't take this one because it was already way past the macro, and I hadn't expected price to actually do this to continue drawing higher. Um, and so not really a great price action to me. But in hindsight, this really was a pretty good buy model here on the 1 minute. Same thing goes for here, 1 minute, and it did reach the terminus of or I think it was up here, the terminus of the market maker buy model on the 1 hour. So, um, yeah. So, and then going into the afternoon, to me, there really was no good long. After price had already swept these highs, because what I wanted to see is I wanted price to where's the 15, yeah, this is the 15 minute. I wanted price to reprice down into this area. I wanted it to retrace into this area. And one of the notes that I wrote down on my journal was that if price is going to retrace into 50% of the range, then I want to see a lethargic move. I don't want to see displacement, because if I see displacement, then that's not really retracement. That's actually displacement, because price is looking to take out sell stops, which it did here. Um, and so again, I came into the afternoon session here at 1400. I didn't see anything. This could have been, obviously, in hindsight, I may have, the old me would have taken a long here. But the reason why I didn't take a long here, because 50% is right in this area here. 50% is right in this area here, and I wanted price to take out these swing lows here. Actually, not so much with this one, but this swing high, this swing low. I wanted this swing low to get swept, and then I wanted to see the draw higher. And again, I didn't look to get any more, or I was no longer interested, because this right here is all displacement. After we swept this low, I started looking to see what price would do. And then I did notice SMT here, but I didn't really necessarily like that price would continue drawing lower, because we had already swept this low, and price may likely reprice to 50% of the range before it came back down. And so the last trade I did take, though, was on NQ. After I wasn't interested in here during the 1500 macro, I did come back for the 1600 macro. And as you can see here, we swept these highs here. We created an imbalance here. After consolidation, this imbalance becomes a inversion, and this actually this one right here becomes a breaker block. And so I entered right here for a short, and I actually wanted to see I wanted to see it sweep this low, because when price is on a clear trend, price is going to draw the low of day during the last hour. Now, obviously, the low of day is all the way down here, so that's the only little piece of information I forgot to keep in mind. So once price got down to this area, I actually held on to it, because if this right here would have stopped me out up here, if price would have drawn up to this area here, then I would have taken the stop. But it only came right below constant encroachment, held onto it here, because I actually thought we were going to start to retrace, and then I covered. I think it was right around here somewhere. Not a huge win, but still a win, regardless, because of the area I had looked at, and the sweep that I had gotten previous to these areas here. Now this right here is a what do you call that? Um, it was a SMT, was it? Let me just make sure. No, it wasn't SMT, but again, I did like this short, and it just didn't work out. Still in the green, but whatever. I did take one last trade. Well, not one last trade, but I did take one trade after the failed NQ one, and that one happened to be during the 12 o'clock macro on oil. Price drew higher, price displaced here in the 15-minute, traded into consequent encroachment, and I started looking for an entry on the 5-minute here. When price drew into this breaker block here, kept this inversion here. I actually jumped in maybe a little too early, jumped in one here, and then once price swept into drew into this breaker here, added one here, and added one final one here, and my stop was right up here. And so that kept my average pretty nicely. And I covered one into this area, covered the last one into this area, and then I got stopped on the rest once I realized that price. I think it was right here somewhere. Once price closed above consequent encroachment up here, or once it pierced it. I didn't. I think it was on this one. It pierced it. So pretty good win for me on the on oil. Every cent is actually $10, so you do the math with what I was able to get out of it. So to me, it's a pretty good win on three contracts. Um, but anyways, let's go back to today's outlook. So today's outlook, um, today I really have no idea as to what it may do because I don't know what price did overnight. What I want to see is I want to see this high and this low get violated on either one of these um, because I am still bullish. What I want to see overnight is I want to see this high get violated, maybe something like this, and I want to see consolidation. Then off the open, what I want to see is I want to see a draw lower, a sweep of this low, and then a reversal. And I want price to close up here somewhere today because that would indicate to me that this is the low, the protected low, and price will no longer sweep these lows. And so next week we can look for price to draw higher, and I'll only be looking for longs in the during next week's session. Again, September tends to be predominantly bullish, but I don't expect that this time around. I expect bullish price action until the end of the year. Um, Again, I want to see price sweep this low, but if it continued higher, then I won't be looking to trade. At least not until I get a clear understanding that this right here are the targets, are the objectives. Now this right here are relative equal lows. Sorry, relative equal highs. And so that's why this to me is the objective. Same thing here. We have relative equal highs. Now it did sweep previous day high, but it was only shallow. So that's why this remains a relative equal lows, relative equal highs here. And this remains as the market maker buy model. Here we go. Which didn't complete. So let's go ahead and change the color of this thing. Yeah. So this to me is the market maker buy model. Here, and I'll go over that here in a second. I can take this out actually. Actually, let's put it up here. Yeah, that's the whole model right there. Let's put this back up here. Okay, so again, I want to see price respect this area here, preferably right here at extreme discount. And I want this low to remain open. Let's go ahead and add the, change the color actually. That way I know that one's a longer term buy model. Let's close it. Okay, so again, I want that to remain open. The on the 4-hour, which is right here, on the 4-hour, I want this. I didn't add the green fair value gap drawing. What I did is I actually added the quadrant because it's so wide. I want to see how price behaved in that area. Same thing here. I want to see price behave in this area. Again, this lower half, this lower gap here, I want it to remain open. So again, I want to see a quick pierce into this area. If it pierces into this right here, then that's fine as long as it stayed above 25% of the fractal range. Same thing here. If it pierces, I want it to stay open. I don't want to see anything. If it completely closed it, then I am better off staying away from the market for today, because then that would completely void my thought process for the day. Um, and so again, I want to see what price did within this range, and if it drew higher, then that's fine too. But again, I want to see this low get swept. I want to see this low get swept, and then who knows? There are news today at 0830, and there also is at 9:45. So I won't be trading until until the 10 o'clock macro. But anyways, let's go ahead and connect. Oh, okay. One last thing. On the daily, why I still remain bullish is because on the daily, we completely closed this gap again with the previous day's price action, and then yesterday's price action. Even though we gapped down, we still closed above it. That's a bullish sign to me. Same thing here. The previous day, we did close below consequent encroachment, but as you can see here, we completely closed this gap here, and we still closed not above it, but right in line with it, maybe a few ticks below it. I think it was I think this was 446.75, and the close was like 445.50. But again, that's a bullish sign to me. So again, I want to see a quick draw sweep of the 1 hour and then a draw higher. This right here could be a daily swing play going into next week. So I want to see how price developed overnight on the 60-minute. So let's go ahead and connect and see where we land. All right. Let's see. Okay, so we are drawing higher. The one thing I forgot to mention is that here we do have SMT between this close and this close right here, right before the close actually. Um, so again, I do want to see how price closes here. As you can see here, we're already closing above consequent encroachment, which is right here. So we already did that. Let's check on this one. Is there a gap here? No, there isn't. So again, we touched it, and now we are reversing. It seems we displaced lower. So yeah, no, I don't know. I don't have a clear draw. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, nothing. On the 4 hour here on ES, we already violated this consequent, this gap here, bearish gap here. This bearish gap would close above consequent encroachment. So that is bullish to me. So I'll be looking for bullish price action today. We do have a gap here, but this all depends on how price closes, or how price closes during the 10 o'clock macro. Same thing here. We do have a gap as well here. So I want to see how this gap remains. Yeah, this was the breaker here. Market making buy model. As you can see here, we have closes and opens right above here. So these wicks are being respected. So thus far right now, I do see that bullish PD arrays are being respected, and bearish PD arrays aren't, because we are closing above them. This 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 chart reminds me a lot of this one, and I think that's what I'm going to be looking for today. No, not there. Right here. Draw higher, sweep, lower, sweep. This is kind of what I wanted to see, but we're not seeing that. We're actually seeing higher closes. And then price drew higher after that, eventually sweeping this. Actually, no, on NQ it did, on ES it did though, right here, eventually sweeping this high here. So still bullish. Gonna remain bullish today. My confirmation will be if price. Wow, this is the whole gap. So this whole area is the gap. But I'll use this for now just to see what price is going to do. Again, we already closed above consequent encroachment here. Here we have yet to do so, but I'll see what price wants to do here. We are holding above this gap here on the hourly. Okay, so that's consequent encroachment. On NQ, we just tipped into it. Is there SMT? Yes, there is. On the 15-minute. We are drawing into an imbalance here, but I'm not looking at that. I'm actually looking at this high here. Okay, so today what I want to see is we do have a broadening pattern here, seek and destroy pattern, right? Because we did have expansion overnight. Well, sort of expansion overnight. So I want to see how price leaves this area on the 15-minute. If price just continues to close above here, then no play during the 10 o'clock macro. What I will look for is I look for maybe a retracement, and then a draw higher afterwards. But again, I have to see how this how price closes at these highs. I would like to see if maybe we get a continuation, because again, there is SMT at the lows. This right here, mitigation block. We do have a price run here. So if price closes very bullish, I want to see how price reacts at this order block right here. Actually, that's the 5-minute. That's the 15-minute look. Yeah, actually, it's this whole thing. All right, I'll keep the 15-minute on here. Mitigation block right here. We have a price run in between. So I want to see how price respects this this order block here. And if it does respect it, then I will be looking for longs. But later on, maybe after the 10 o'clock macro, or maybe price displaces higher into the 10 o'clock macro. We do have a sell model here as well. This right here is an inversion gap. So again, I'm still bullish, but because I'm bullish, I'm not looking for any shorts. But I'm mindful that there is a sell model here. So first I want to see how price reacts here. If price continues drawing higher, then and closes above here, then this might turn into a bullish unicorn setup. If it rejects this area and draws lower, then I will be looking for shorts into the lows. I think they'll be really quick and simple for me because I don't want to stay in trades much longer than I wanted today. So again, I do want to see how price reacts within these areas here. So let's do this right here. All right, there we go. So I'll be mindful of how price reacts in this area here. Actually, this whole area here is a bullish breaker. So again, I want to see how price reacts here. I don't like any of it. and Q keeps printing higher, and it just drew them above that. Three drive pattern. No discernible entrance long unless you turtle soup entry that one. We have relative equal lows here, but since I'm bullish, I don't think these lows get swept. Again, so I want to see how price reacts in this area here. But let's look at the 5-minute once more. I don't see any sweeps of the previous day. Right here. Okay, so we're already above midnight open. This right here is 8:30. So again, I want to see how price reacts around this area. I don't think we draw lower. I think we continue to draw higher today because we did retrace into 50% of this range. So again, I'll be looking to see how price reacts here, and that'll be my my play today. I don't see a long here. Maybe here because we do have market structure shift here. So we might retrace into this area here, but just watching for now. Let's see what ICT is doing. Oh, he just came online. Let's see what Tanja's doing.
But for those that do, before you start, definitely check out last days of the month. I believe last year, the last day of August was insane.
Oh crap, I forgot to take a look at the
last 15 minutes or something.
I forgot to take a look at the month.
5-minute market structure shift and then just like completely all the way back up to buy side.
Right. Okay. So the monthly is also important this week.
I want to fact check myself right now on time, but
I completely forgot to see that. So the monthly to me is very bullish. Again, I want to see. I saw what I already saw. So I'm just gonna keep watching here. Nothing really else that I want to see.
Tesla's up 1%.
And NQ is drawing higher.
Up 0.5. Microsoft 5 and Nvidia is up 1.5 pre-market. Okay.
All right, so we're about to open here. All right, I'm gonna stop listening to her. So far, we are respecting this inversion here on the 15-minute. Oh no, that is right here. A bullish sign. In my opinion, but let's just watch. Never mind. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna guess. The sweep would be SMT between both. But again, my bias is bullish, so I would expect for this high to get swept. We did trade into this unicorn here. Just keep watching. And we are holding above a bullish 1 hour gap there. Oh no, this is a unicorn here. All right, let's go ahead and try a long. All right, so I'm long there, and I'm looking for these highs to get swept. My stop is this low here. It is the last month of the day, last day of the month, so I'm being very mindful of that. I might have taken my long a little too early, but that's fine. I just want to see how it reacts. I want price to stay above this breaker here. There we go. Beautiful. All right, so now I want to see price close above this area here. There you go. All right, keep closing above. All right, we're good. I don't want to see a return into this area. Now my stop is down here. Uh, Outstanding. Okay. So the one thing I don't like is that price did pierce this area here, but again, I am using this unicorn here. Entry is right here, and I want to see this high sweep. Now my stop is right down here, so about a 1.5 point stop. I want to see price close above here. A couple more seconds. All right, not liking that, but I'm still watching. I am mindful that we did sweep this high here. All right, you know what? I'm gonna take it off. All right, just took it off. The reason why I took it off is because I just remembered that we do have 9:30, 9:45 news, and I'm better just staying away from that. What I want to see for the next 15-minute, I have the 15-minute on my other charts, but I'm just gonna watch this right here, hourly. What I want to see is I want to see at 9:45. I want to see price close above this area here. There is SMT at the highs, so that's why I got out as well. But since I'm bullish, I want to see price sweep that high. Again, I want to see price close above it. If price closes above it, then I'll start looking at this right here area as a possible entry. Same thing on NQ. I want to see what it does above this area here, because this right here to me was the mitigation block entry long if price closes above these areas here. Now in hindsight, I probably could have held on to it, but I'm better off staying away. So I made about 2 points on that trade, which is fine to me. I could have made 5 if I covered up here, but you know, that's my darn. But if I'm wrong and this SMT stands, then the lows are now the what's the word? The objective. So 9:45. So I'm just waiting. Let's see what ICT is saying now.
Yesterday's live stream. So you can go in and see the actual movement. So you click on it, says this is what you're looking for, or an outline of the actual setup, and then each individual PDA rate you would aim for, and not even need.
Is there a new day opening gap on?
That's what I said. So they may not do it, but I would be more inclined to look for a short. If it would have pumped above this level here yesterday, I absolutely would have been short. I had a conversation on the phone, a meeting with another YouTuber yesterday, and then to the net, I didn't get a chance to see the sell off, which was very, very awesome. It would have been nice to be a part of that move there. But
oh, okay, we're staying above this area here.
So the question is do they want to leave all that juicy red meat sitting above that 16,000? I'm sorry, 19,694.
I was just about to click buy again right here, but we're close to 9:45, so I'm not going to do that. And there it goes. All right. Never mind. If it comes back down, then I'm going to buy it. And looks like it's not going to. Ooh, I'm starting to like this now. Okay, so now we have relative equal highs here. So the best thing for me would be if it comes down here, sweeps these lows, and then reverses. That's what I want to see. Again, my bias is still bullish. We still have 5 minutes until this 15-minute. I'm not going to use this SMT anymore unless it sweeps this high. I am hoping it doesn't. No. And there it goes. All right, so SMT is void. So we are bullish. We swept this high, so now I'll be looking to see how price draws at the 15-minute right here. So now I turn this blue. Yep. We completely rebalanced that gap. We still have 5 minutes. So just watching right now. There's still SMT at the lows on the 1 hour. First stage SMT. First stage SMT. Unless price sweeps this low here. ES. What did ES do? No second stage SMT just yet. As long as it closes above this area here on the 15-minute, that's all I care about. It looks like we may close on ES, but not on NQ. Even so, I still want to see price stay in the upper portion of that range so that I can see if maybe there's a long on the lower time frames later on during the 10 o'clock macro. We do have 4 hours until it's over. All right, gotta go use the bathroom. All right, so it looks like we're gonna close very bullish. So I'll be looking for longs today, definitely. And again, it is the end of the month. Last month, oh man, last month, like Tanja said, there was an insane run. Um, so who knows? We might still get the same. 2 more minutes until the news macro. Let's zoom in. Okay, what just happened? Oh, come on, don't do this to me now. All right, I don't know what just happened, but let's fix that real quick. All right, done. Okay. All right, so let's zoom into the 5-minute. No gap. No gap. This is a balanced price range. All balanced, so I wouldn't expect price to come back down here. Maybe here. Let's take a look at the 1-minute. Nothing. Nothing here either. All fairly balanced. All right, so I'm gonna just leave it as is. Couple more seconds, and then we'll see. And it's gonna draw higher. Damn. No, don't just take off. Come back down a little bit. There we go. A little more. A little more. A little more. Looks like it's gone. All right, so we closed very bullish. Now, if it's going to continue higher, then it might just take off. But again, I want to see what price does here if it comes down. There is inverted entry here. Let's go ahead and add that because that may be where I want to get in right here. NQ, there it goes. Damn. All right, so it looks like it's going to draw higher. We do have SMT at the highs, but again, I am not looking for that. I'm looking for a long. And if it just continues drawing higher, that's fine. What I do want to see, I'll look for an entry later on. Today is Friday, so I am looking for continuation. I am looking for price to be fluid because we do have because there is news, and that is the last month of the day. Here it is. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna take a long right here at 37, and the reason why I'm taking a long there is because I do have the earlier profit from earlier. No, not just yet. All right, right there. Okay, so I am long, right where I want to get in. My stop is if price closes down here, so I'm comfortable with that. We'll see. And if it just flushes down, then that's just my fault. And let me add one more if it comes back down to this area. All right, just added one more. Again, my stop is right there, but I want to see how this 5-minute closes. Two more minutes until the macro's over. I mean, until the macro begins. Okay, good so far. Cool. Come on. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one off at 2 points. Yep, I'm going to take one off at 2 points. Actually, I'm going to wait until the close, see what we get. And now my stop is down here. I don't want to be there longer than I have to, and I'll be risking, yeah, 2 points. One more minute. Come on. This is also an inverse here, so that's what I'm also watching. And inverse on two different time frames. And looks like I'm gonna get stopped here. All right, so I don't like that. I definitely don't like how we close there, and I'm out. Okay, so that was it on that one, but that's fine. I did not want to end the week like that, but I took that. Let's take a look at do we have any SMT? No, we don't. We do have it on the lower time frame, so I'm just leave it like that. And we're displacing lower. Okay. Oh, that's right. The 4 hour. I completely forgot about that one. 4 hour. So yeah, we did leave that gap that I was talking about. Close above 60-minute. And then close was still bullish. 15-minute. Okay, now we have SMT at the lows. All right, let's take a look at the 1 minute now. All right, so I might give this a try again. Okay, so I just took a long here. I'm doing a low risk buy. All right. Okay, so I think I might be right on this one. Low risk buy, displacement higher. Beautiful. All right. All right, so that one I caught. Still very in the money. I want to see price close above this now. And I might look to add if we leave a gap here. I can get rid of this. This stays there because we still are within that breaker. And I'll look to add again here. But if we leave this opened, then I will look to add up here. Come on, leave some of it open at least. Breaker here. There we go. All right. And looks like I'm not going to get that add I wanted. Come on. All right, so it looks like I'm not gonna get that. Darn. Looks like I'll make back my whole loss and then some with this one. My stop now is on my entry, which is, where is it? 31.50, right over here. So again, I want to see how price closes. I'm not gonna cover up here. Nope, I don't want to cover. I want to see how price closes around here. Okay, so now it's more, it's better. Do have a breaker here. Run here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take new week opening gap. I'm waiting for NQ to come back down just a little bit. There we go. Just a little more. I want to see how it respects this area here. And this gap here, it seems like we may retrace into 50%. There's SMT at the highs, but I'm not looking at that anymore. I'm paying attention to the lower one because we do have first stage SMT in the 1 hour, second stage SMT on the higher time frame, on the 15 minute. Definitely want to add here, but may negative. Oh, there you go. All right. Okay, so I am in here. Now I want to see how price draws higher. I want to see how price closes right here. We both traded into 50%. Yes, I have now at break even. Let me make sure. Yep, I have at break even. I want to continue to up move. All right, so we did close above this. I want to see, as long as it keeps closing above here, I'm happy holding. Okay. Good. I don't want to see price come back into this anymore. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put my stop down here. Yeah, I'm going to put my stop right there. Beautiful. All right, come on. Keep drawing higher. Come on. Nice. Oh, this was a beautiful entry. Well, both of these were. This one I entered here at LRB, low resistance buy. This one I entered right as soon as price broke below here. So now I'm in the driver's seat on both of these. Again, I want to see how price closes here. That's beautiful. Come on. Just break through that. Come on. Darn. Not yet, I guess. All right, so I want to see price respect this then. There we go. There we go. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so I'm out on this one. This one I'm going to hold because right now I'm in the driver's seat and I'm going to set my stop right. Actually, I'm going to set a stop right here. Yep. Okay. Wow. Wow. Actually, let's do this instead. I don't want any more bearish PD arrays to get violated. So my stop would now technically be here, right at this gap here. I won't. I don't expect price to come back down. I really don't. New week opening gap because the highs would be my targets. These highs up here. So again, in the driver's seat, we might get some consolidation in this area here, and I'm okay with that. Yep, I'm okay with that. It's respecting this all right, this is what I like I said, this is what I want price to respect. If it traces through it, that's fine, but I want it to respect this right here and this. So even if it trades below this, if it sweeps this area, then I wouldn't be in the trade anymore. But NQ to me is the better of the two because SMT on the 1 hour, between this low and this low, this low and this low over here, first stage, and second stage, actually second stage, second stage. Right there, you see it? Lower low, lower low, higher low, higher low. Okay, let's take a look and see what we're doing. All right, so yep, way in the money. We respected this right here. This right here is the mitigation block. Why is this a mitigation block? Because, well, higher low here, swept this low here, so that's why this right here to me is the is why I'm looking at that at it. 50% right here. Um, yeah, I'm not looking to yeah. You know what? The fact that we still haven't ran a 1 hour low is it's kind of messing with me a little bit. So I want to see how this reacts. If it reacts bearish, then I got to get out. I don't want to see price come back down. A lot of times when you get candles like this, they're made to scare people out of the trade because they assume that um, price is reversing. On ES, not so much, but on a Q, okay, now we're getting there. All right, okay, so I just took it off. Um, yeah, just damn, that thing just scared the crap out of me. All right, so small win on NQ. Only thing though is with this one I only took 2 contracts, so I was able to get about 25-point win on each, so not bad. Um, yeah, the only thing I didn't like about the setup, even though I do believe we're going to draw to the highs, is that okay? Yeah, perfect example here. Okay, so I believe this is the low. I don't think we'll trade back down into this low here. Same thing here. I believe this is the low. But I do believe that a 1 hour low needs to get swept. So whether it's this low here or this low here, one of them needs to get swept in order for price to continue lower. Because price right now, it's repricing an imbalance right here. Same thing here. Reprice this imbalance. So price moves in one of two ways. It takes out liquidity or rebalances imbalances. Same way it did here. As you can see here, drew higher, drew these lows, price swept these lows, and here price swept right here, this little low over here, drew higher. Actually, on a real reversal, here we go, right here. This is this low I'm talking about. These lows are what I see these lows as. So I want to see, before price moves higher, I want to see a sweep of a swing low, and that hasn't happened yet. So I may be wrong, I may be right, but I'm good for the amount of profit I was able to make today. Um, Lost about, what is it? Let me check. Actually, where's my orders? Right here. Oh, there it is. Okay. So yeah, I lost about 3.5 points on this long here where I got stopped out, and then made back about 15 points on this one. So a good trade nevertheless. Good trade on NQ as well. The only thing like I said, the only thing I don't like is this right here. But if it goes higher, that's fine. What I do want to see is I want to see continuation later on. So I may give it a try again a second time later on. But as of now, I am done. It was a little nerve-wracking because again, the 1 hour is not offering me any reason to continue long. I just really would have liked that sweep. Like I had said during my analysis, that would keep me in the trade longer. We did take out this tiny area of liquidity here. No, I'm not gonna take it. Okay, so how about this? Well, macro's about to be over, but I would like to see these lows get swept. Same as it did here. Swing high, swing low, sweep, draw higher. Same thing here. Swing high, swing low. What does the 15-minute look like? 15 minutes okay. Well, a complete rebalance. Yeah, I'm having a hard time identifying where price might be going. I just don't like yeah, I don't like the move. I liked it here because it was easy to see. Had I paid attention to that one instead of this one right here, I probably would have added two more contracts here. But that's fine. All right, let's go ahead and I think I am done for the day. I'm just a little, what's the word? Hesitant because again, the 1 hour sweep is not present. So if price draws lower, I don't know. If price draws higher, I don't know. The only thing I do want to see on the weekly, though, today at least, I want to see price close higher than maybe 50% of the total range. So above here. All right. Yep, I don't believe that price will draw lower. Okay, so yeah, that's it for the macro. I think I need to disconnect from the charts because if I disconnect, that gives my brain a little time to relax, recharge, and then come back with an open mind during the 11 o'clock macro. I think we will see something in the 11 o'clock macro if prices to continue drawing higher. But again, I want to see clean sweeps of the lows and the highs. And right now, I'm not seeing that. Um, I mean, obviously, we did see it here to complete this model. But aside from that, I don't see anything else. I'm glad I covered here on ES. On NQ, I'm kind of pissed off that I didn't cover at least one up here, or at least above consequent encroachment, because I did expect for this area to be resistance. I just didn't expect it to break down. I kind of wanted to see consolidation, draw higher, sort of like here after, yeah, sort of like here after it swept above this breaker here. But yeah, that's it for today. Next week, I am expecting bullish price action still, but that all depends on how the daily closes today. Yeah, that all depends on how the daily closes today. Um, I'll be back for the 11 o'clock macro. Obviously, you won't see me, but anyways, that's it for today, and I'll see you next week.